Hello, state of the school. I'm talking about botanical gardens I've visited, and I'm eventually going to try to make you understand why it has to do with the state of the school here, Frank's School, Camp Ranch campus. Um, I want to still mention Hyde Park in London. Now, it's a huge park, but I wandered through it, I think, more than once. But if you start clear at the far eastern end of it, there's Kensington Garden, Kensington Palace. It has a sunken garden. That's in front of where, I don't know, the Princess of Wales, part of the royal family lives there. And anyway, you wander down through this huge, huge park, and there is part of it called an Italian garden, which has got water shooting up and statues in ponds and stuff. There's that. And as you go on, you eventually come to, you have to leave it because Buckingham Palace is plopped right in the middle of that waterway. That whole Hyde Park is 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 as a preserved area, watershed really, and no wonder. I mean, the royal family uh, has right there the prime part of it, and that's the garden behind Buckingham Palace, and I think sometimes it's open to the public. It never was for me. But if you go around it then, and you go where the changing of the guard occurs and stuff, and you keep wandering downstream, you go into St. James Park, St. James Park, a wonderful planting of English plane trees. They're called. They're like sycamores here. Uh, and I'm just describing a park really. And eventually, you come to a pond sort of, and in that pond, now we're very close to Westminster Abbey. Uh, in that pond, there's Duck Island, it's called, and there's a cottage there, which I guess was for the gamekeeper at some point or other. I mean, this is right in the heart of London. Well, it's Westminster, not London itself. But most people think, well, it's London. Uh, and then you come out, and there you are at right there by Westminster Abbey. So I wanted to mention that wandering, and that cottage there reminds me of Marie Antoinette's cottage, which I never saw. Versailles, I never went there. Jane and I went by it on train. We were on our way to that these names escape me now. That wonderful cathedral that's about a 30-mile train ride. And that's where we went. We could have gone to Versailles, but I don't actually think I would have liked Versailles that much. I mean, the French gardens, to my mind, they're all organized so, I don't know, geometrically, and but I understand well that in that garden there's a part. It's somebody's estate, but it's basically known as the Queen's Hamlet, I think is what it's called. Yeah, the Queen's Hamlet, where Marie Antoinette used to love to hang out there. I think it's right down by where that watershed goes into the Seine River, and they say she would go around there barefoot, and it was set up. Really, it's built like a country hamlet, really. I would have liked to have seen that if I had had time. And Marie Antoinette, I don't know how much you know about her, but she didn't speak French very well. She was brought there from Austria, or her native Austria or Germany. I'm not sure which. I feel for her in a lot of ways. You no doubt know what happened to her, beheaded in part of the French Revolution. Uh, but that idea of the cottage in the Duck Island, right in the middle of London, and then Marie Antoinette, arguably the richest woman in the world at that time, going around barefoot. Uh, it's part of what was the romantic movement budding, where there was this wish to return to simplicity. I mean, Marie Antoinette. This was when women wore hair that stood up this high and had boats and everything, and incredibly fancy lace. And I mean, that was the 18th century. That was the age of reason. But the romanticism was breaking through. So just wanted to mention that. And I thought, once again, I thought I would now get to the Pinetum. But I don't, I think I'll just cut this short now. And so the next time I'll have really nothing to talk about except Bedford Middle School's Pinetum. Bye for now.